Sick and tired of endless meetings reiterating the same talking points? Want to turn your meetings into something productive? Try story mapping. Bring together the right people to refine a larger epic by splitting and slicing it into a set of coherent stories. In this example, we focus on the user need of seamless installations. The problem with incorrect customer details and context would delay and sometimes cancel new installations. Try to focus on solving a real customer problem over implementing your own solution. We clarify our user's goal explicitly and put it at the end of our story map. Now, who is our user? What is their context? What is their job to be done? Get as much clarity on this empiric reality as possible. Start with the story map backbone and map out the steps of the user journey until they reach their goal. In our example, the user needs to connect with us, supply us with their address, get an appointment, get their context, and finally, this all needs to be validated. We keep the descriptions as brief as possible to limit cognitive load for the participants. We need to be able to parse every relevant section of the map end to end to assess and reflect on correctness together swiftly. Now we plot the more detailed steps or tasks the user will have to perform. In our example, the customer address main activity consists of the supply address and verify address tasks, for instance. This is called the backbone of the story map. Often, I prepare the backbone in advance with the epic owner. It can be daunting and time-consuming to stare at an empty canvas in the story mapping meeting with a larger group. It usually does get adjusted during the exercise, which means we are learning, where we have focused in the backbone on the user's main activities to get to their goal. Next, we will focus on the how, the options we have to deliver on these needs. Give the crowd some time to generate implementation options individually and in silence to avoid groupthink and HIPPO, highest paid person opinion. Here we have listed a site, an app, and the call center as options for the customer to connect with us. Do this column per column, step by step, to have a shared focus, get triggered, and improve each other's ideas. Iterate on your story map. Improve it over time. Use the wisdom of the crowd. Bring the right people together, and the answer is in the room. Next, we will pull just enough options above the line to cover the most minimal user journey. In this example, we think that if we start out with the app, capture address details from social, send them a postcard with a QR code to scan and verify their address, book an appointment in the app, get them to make a video of the installation spot, and for now manually have the installer check this all before going to the appointment, we might achieve our user goal. Obviously, these are assumptions at this time that all remain to be validated. This minimal slice is our new MVP epic. Just enough starts with not enough. We pull new stories into our MVP when we find out or users weren't able to achieve their goal yet. We slice out next potential iterations to create clarity and form an epic roadmap. Iterate towards just enough. More is by definition wasteful. In an organization with end-to-end cross-functional teams, the bulk of the epic stories can be owned by a single team. Those that cannot be delivered by this team are the dependencies to get this epic done. If we had the right cross-functional group in the mapping exercise, the potential owner of these dependency stories should have been in the crowd, allowing us to sooner initiate agreement on end-to-end ownership. Towards the end of the exercise, the epic owner should be confident that all stories are owned and that we also have a shared understanding on this crucial point. If we do it right, questions will arise during a mapping exercise that need more clarification. This is a good thing. We are uncovering previously hidden risks. We are learning. We can log these risks with the epic and create a subtask attached to the stories to clarify the question. Getting to a backlog with just enough coherent user stories can be quite a challenge. With story mapping, we give our POs a head start based on common cross-functional understanding. Fill the persona, the implementation option, and the backbone need into our standard user story template. We are not looking for perfection here. This will often not be a grammatically correct sentence. However, this will provide us with a quality check. If the user story doesn't make sense, we might want to ask ourselves some questions. Did we voice the user needs in the backbone from a user perspective? Or did we voice it from our development perspective? Or did we already put some implementation detail in there? Are our implementation options real user functionality the user will use to get to their goal? Or did we list development tasks? Is our goal still in line with the why of our users? Their purpose? Or have we fallen in love with our favorite solutions? Although we have made quite a journey from unsliced epic to an MVP and user story stubs, we are usually not yet ready to start real development. At this point, product owners just have a rudimentary backlog with unrefined stories and a view on potential dependencies. We can now refine these further to ready stories with a cross-functional set of people from the team. Thank you for watching Story Mapping, from an unsliced epic to an MVP with common understanding and end-to-end ownership.